Okay, hi there. These are my comments on Chris's attempt in his latest video from his channel Wake Up to reproduce or to speak in a posh accent. So I'm going to make some comments here.
Would you recognize an enlightened master?
Okay, the recognize was very good. Okay, the rest of it was quite neutral. Would you recognize an enlightened master? Enlightened.
If he or she was standing directly in front of you?
Okay, that to me sounds fairly neutral. Let me try it. If he or she was standing directly in front of you.
Hello, this is Chris speaking, Wake Up, with a video about how to recognize enlightenment.
Okay, so that again sounded all neutral, neither posh nor just fairly standard RP. Let me try it. Hello, hello, oh, you've really got to get this O sound. Oh, oh, hello. This is Chris speaking. Speaking. Wake Up with a video about how to recognize
Masters or mistresses.
Okay, masters or mistresses. Masters or mistresses.
Although we don't use that term, do we?
Okay, although we don't use that term, do we? Again, very neutral. Although we don't use that term, term, do we?
So, in many conversations,
that so was really quite good. It's the first time I hear you in this video actually using this O sound. So, in many conversations, but the so was really good.
I had the impression that a lot of people in the spiritual...
I had the impression that a lot of people in the spiritual world, okay, again, it's sounding very neutral. You need to push it a bit more.
World, so to say.
Okay, so to say. Try and speak more from the back of your throat as well.
People who were seeking after enlightenment.
Okay. Again, it sounds very neutral. People who were seeking after enlightenment. Okay, we're modifying all sorts of vowels here.
After higher states of consciousness.
Again, very neutral. After higher states of consciousness.
Had the impression of themselves that they could easily recognize.
Okay. Had the impression of themselves. Themselves was not bad. Themselves sounded pretty posh. Had the impression of themselves that they could easily recognize. Okay, recognize.
Someone who is enlightened.
Again, very neutral. Someone who is enlightened. Someone who is enlightened.
Why? On
So, you go, why? So, why? Why? Try and hit that H quite hard. Why? Why? On
what grounds do you think that you're an expert in?
So, on what? Try and hit that H again. On what grounds? Grounds wasn't bad. On what grounds? Grounds. Do is this it? Ooh. On what grounds do you think that you are an expert? Pert.
Spotting an enlightened person.
Okay, spotting. I got spotting. You're almost there. On what grounds do you think you're an expert in spotting an enlightened person?
How many have you met already? What's your experience?
Again, it's coming out very neutral. How many have you met already? What's your experience?
Or do you compare to what you already know?
Okay. Or do you compare to what you already know? Okay, that no, you missed completely. It didn't even sound right for an RP one. Or do you compare? Do you compare to what you already know? Oh, no, so go.
Your mummies and your daddies and other authority figures.
So, your mummies and your daddies and other authority figures.
Or love relationships, yeah, the feeling of love, aren't they supposed to have an aura?
Okay, so I got a fraction lost there. Let me put that back. You say, your mummies and your daddies. Your mummies and your daddies.
No. Your mummies and your daddies and other authority figures.
So, your mummies and your daddies and other authority figures, or authority figures.
Or love relationships, yeah, the feeling of love, aren't they supposed to have an aura of love?
So, or love relationships. Aren't they supposed to have a feeling of love? Aren't they supposed to, yeah, that's it. Aren't they supposed to have, sorry, I messed it up. Aren't they supposed to have an aura of love? Okay, I think that's probably enough of it. I know I've only done the first minute and 30 seconds, but I think it's giving you an example. Okay, this video is by Chris on his channel Wake Up, and it's about spirituality. Do give it a look, and it's very worthwhile. He's a very knowledgeable fellow.